Hi, welcome to Advantage Horsemanship TV. On today's show, we're going to be doing part one of our several-part series on rehabilitating a horse off the track. So make sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back. Scott Purdom here. I'd like to explain the Bitless Halter. It's got many great features, from a thin, stiff rope that gets horses off of pressure quickly and easily. It has a twisted pole piece that does the same thing. The snap, once you snize it once to your horse, it makes it easier for you to take on and off. But the piece that really makes this product set apart from others is the strap that goes underneath the chin. What this does when you tie the reins to it, it works as leverage, pulls down over the top part of the nose, works exactly like a bit does. So if you want to go bitless, this is the tool for you. Today we're going to be showing you a several-part series on rehabilitating an off-the-track thoroughbred. We're going to be taking you from day one, hour one, to be able to show you what it's going to take to get a horse that was very high energy to be a calm, relaxed, willing partner. Now, this poor horse has not only been off the track or been to the track and come back from it, but it also wound up at a rescue facility. Days End Farm Horse Rescue actually took over this horse, I think as a malnourished case. As this horse has really grown, getting its body weight and condition back to itself, the horse has really gotten very high-spirited, high energy. And they said it's been quite a problem to try and ride or try and work with. So we wanted to really show you how to get a high-energy horse back to a willing partner. Now, today is going to be a perfect day for it because it's quite chilly out here in Maryland today. We have the wind blowing at least 20 miles an hour, so that already has the horse kind of really hyped up a little bit. So as this several-part series continues, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what time frame I've actually worked with this horse from. Today, this is hour one. I've never really touched it. It came in yesterday. The horse came in yesterday and been sitting in stall, came right out here to the round pen, and pretty much hasn't done anything since, okay? So this is hour one. We're going to start right off from the round penning and then kind of get into what we need to get into depending on what the horse shows us. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do, this horse really has no care about me whatsoever. So what I want to do is start getting this horse to think about me just a little bit. I want to show him that he needs to have a leader, she needs to have a leader in her life. Right now, she thinks she's the leader. She's the one kind of only paying attention to herself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show her what it means to say, horses listen to body energy way more than they do body language. I'm going to really promote my energy to her and say that I'm the leader this entire time. Boy, this wind's kicking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pushing her around the round pen. I'm going to keep my energy up. Whatever energy level she shows me, if she wants to run, that's fine. I'm going to match that energy level. In pushing her. Now, when I say pushing her, I don't mean that I'm going to stand here and whip her with my stick or anything like that. I'm just going to use my energy and keep pushing. Just going to push her around the round pen. I'd like her to do it at a fast trot versus a canter. But if she gives me a canter, I'm not going to try and make her stop. The cool thing about horses, ones that are this hyped up, the more you push a horse forward, even an off-the-track thoroughbred, the more they want to slow down. Now, thoroughbreds sometimes take a little longer, just because they're very high energy type animals. Some of them are. There we go. She's starting to slow down a little bit. She gets a little afraid of the side where the camera is. She doesn't want to go all the way over there, so I'm going to make her start going over there more. That's it. Good. Okay, once I start to get some consistency out of her, which I'm starting to get there, I'm going to then ask for a turn. When I ask for the turn, she can do an inside or outside turn if she really wanted to, either way, but I'm going to start her right off with asking for an inside turn. The reason for that is because I feel getting an inside turn, I have their attention a little bit more. It's very easy to get an outside turn, not as easy to get an inside. So we'll just see what the horse knows and see how much attention she wants to give us. I'm going to ask for a turn right here. Now, why did I kind of whip on the ground a little bit there? Was because I asked her, I stepped in front of her, asking her to make a decision to do a turn, and all she did was kind of run towards me even more. So she really is not paying much attention. So what I need to do is get her a little bit, there we go, good girl. I need to get her a little bit more sensitive to stopping when I get in front. Now right here, she decided that all of a sudden she just wanted to slow down and walk. No, don't come in. I'm going to see whether she's just, I don't think she's paying much attention. I was going to allow her to walk there. I had a moment of confusion myself. I wasn't prepared for her to walk. There we go. I want her to learn to calm down, but I didn't ask her to calm down just yet. So I think she was just fooling me a little bit there. So I'm just going to keep pushing her. Good. Getting a little better trot, a little more consistency. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking for a couple of signs. Some signs of relaxation, some signs of attention. A couple signs of relaxation are 1, slowing down, 2, softening the body, softening the eyes, and licking the lips. I'm also looking for signs of attention, which I want that inside ear to start looking in at me, which it's starting to a little bit more. That inside eye coming in, looking at me as well. And once I start getting those signs, I can either change direction or I can start offering her to slow down and think a little bit more. Right now, I don't think she's ready to slow down and be consistent or pay attention there, so I'm going to ask her to change direction. I'm going to let her think here. She's coming in a little bit too much. Now, I don't like her kind of running me over, so to speak. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to make her a little bit more sensitive to a turn. If I step in front of her, she needs to make a decision whether it's an inside or outside turn. So I'm just going to get to the outside of the pen. I'm just going to push her back and forth a couple of times. Make her a little bit more sensitive. Here we go. Now in a second I'm going to ask her for an inside turn. I'm going to slow my energy down, see if I get her to pay attention. I don't like her reactions right here. Her reactions are solely just to get away from me and to not pay any attention, which is fine. Go. I'm just shutting down her options. Now I'm not running her into the ground. I'm not trying to run myself into the ground. All I'm doing is basically telling her she's got nowhere to go. And I take 3 panels and I basically push her back and forth between those 3 panels until I start getting a horse to just, even if it's just stand there for a second. This might look a little tedious, time-consuming, but a horse that's this high up sometimes takes a little bit more time. I know it looks like right now all I'm doing is chasing her back and forth. But now what I'm going to do I don't want her to run. All she's done in life is run. Taught her the head down cue well, don't you think? There, now stop. Now, she's not paying attention to me whatsoever. That's okay. There, right here. Her turning and looking at me, I'm going to walk away. That's it. Let her know. Now, her looking off, put a little bit of pressure on, and we'll walk away again as soon as she looks. She lost tension, put a little bit of pressure on, as soon as she looks. I'm putting pressure on, but trying not to put too much to make her run. Right here, walk away. There, look. Good girl. Now, I had a decision to make. I could have asked her to turn in and keep moving, but what I decided to do was allow her to kind of walk in a little bit at me, because I wanted her walk away. Wanted her to realize looking towards me as her leader is the best option possible. Licking her lips there, that's good. Focus. To her, everything's about go, go, go. So taking this moment, these couple of moments here, to really work on her realizing all she actually has to do is stand still and look in and focus on something, focus on the leader. And right there, she's just totally focused on something else. And this is what we're going to probably battle most of this season. Good. Now I got her head turned in. Ask her for an inside turn. I'm going to be gentle about this because she's thinking. Come on, got to get a little bit of try for me. Give me a little try. She's got about 10 seconds to try for me before I get a little bit more assertive again. I give her options. If she doesn't want to start taking some, thank you. She doesn't want to take some, no. I'm going to push her again here a little bit. She doesn't want to take the options that I give her, I'm going to become assertive once more. I'm going to keep matching my energy to her though. Focus. Got a better stop without turning and running. Atta girl. That was nice. Good girl. Now I'm just going to kind of, as I ask her to keep moving, I'm just going to ask her, or allow her to be relaxed, I should say, my energy low. I'm rewarding for the fact that she just tried for the first time for me. She really gave an effort on that one. And she took the option that I asked her to take. Good girl. Now I'm going to start using my energy without the whip. I'm going to bring up. I want her to pick up to the trot. I think she's starting to focus a little bit more. There's the trot that I want to see. That's it. That moment of starting to finally get it. I'm going to ask her to change direction again. Turn to the inside this way. She did it one time. Beautiful. Nice. There was that defining moment just a moment ago. That's what I want to see. Now she's starting to listen to me as a leader. When she starts to listen to me as a leader, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to be able to control her energy level through my body and my energy level. I'm going to pick my energy up. I want her to go to a slow trot. I'm going to show her and think slow trot right here. If I think walk, I'm going to just slow myself down. She's going to listen to that walk right there. That's how you know you have a leader. That's when the breakthrough happens. Excellent job. I'll show you guys again. Here we go. If I pick myself up, and she lost attention. If I pick myself up, I want you to think slow trot. My energy level tells her. If I slow myself down here, if she's really listening to me, if she's got something on her foot there, she thought she did, there we go, she should slow down. That's when you know you have a horse that's listening. That was a really great defining moment. Now, she's not focused, but I'm going to ask her to change in. Change to the inside. Nice. Go on. Very good. There's no need to make her run, run, run. This was great. Excellent job. Now let's see if I can get a nice controlled trot and canter out of her. I'm going to think trot. Now I'm going to think canter. Having to push her a little bit more now. Oh, that's a nicer canter. Now I'm going to think back down to the trot. I'm going to slow myself down. This is where it comes hard. Now I'm going to ask her to walk by just slowing myself down. She has one lap to make her self do it. The one lap started by the camera. And here's what happens if she doesn't listen in that lap. I just push her a little bit more, get her to focus back on me again. The more you push the horse, the more you gain their attention and their focus. So she said when I go up to that canter, it was too high energy for me to listen. And that's fine. That comes with a little bit of time. And I'm going to slow it down right here. Silly. Watch out where you're going. Ready? I'm going to ask her to walk right here. Just slowing myself down. Over there was her one lap area. She might want to be careful. She's thinking. I'm going to let her think here. She's almost to her one lap, but if she is thinking right here, I'm going to let her. Good girl. That took her a little bit longer than I'd like, but you know what? I want a horse to try for me. I don't want to have to. Now I'm going to ask her here. I was asking her here to stop and just kind of focus a little bit into me. Good girl. All I want is a horse to try. That's it. Now, I don't want to get her all sweated up. I don't want to get her all hot and heavy and panting real hard. I want her to use her brain. And now she's starting to. Okay, well, we have the line on her now. We're going to start doing some other work with her to get her a little bit less pushy, because even when we were doing the round pen, she wanted to kind of come up to us. She's very used to humans. It's not that she's afraid of us by any means. She's just very high energy around us. And sometimes that's a problem, is we're the ones who actually created the problem initially. We're the ones who've made her excited. So what we need to do is show her how not to be very pushy, how not to get into our space, and how to be, again, a willing partner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just teach her, probably the ending to this lesson is going to be this exercise, is my leading exercise. I want to teach her how to get back, stay away from me, stay focused for me while I walk her and move her around, whether it be even just in this round pen, out to the barn and so forth. Notice she kind of creeps up on me a little bit. I need to be able to teach her to get back. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start walking her, and I'm going to ask her to have her nose stay behind my shoulder at least a couple of feet. I'd like her to stay focused on me, and I'd like her not to creep up on me. Now notice she's starting to creep a little bit more and a little bit more. Not terrible, but she's not to a point where if I say, get back away from me, she's going to listen, as you can obviously tell. So what I'm going to do is I call it like this, I'm going to give her a threat. And that threat is basically going to be done through my body energy. It's kind of like the same threat that we men get from women when we've done something wrong. We usually don't know what we've done, but we pretty much are always apologizing for it immediately when we see it. At least I know I get that look a lot myself. So what I'm going to do is give her that look. And when I give her that look, I like her to kind of get back away from me. And if she doesn't get back away from me just off a look, I'm going to turn a threat into a promise. Now in the beginning it's going to take about 3 times for me to do this before she really starts getting it. 3 times. The first time's going to look a little uglier, second time's going to look prettier, third time even prettier, and then she'll start to have it down pat. So as I come walking back around again, I'm going to start this threat into a promise. Okay? Here we go. So threaten, not really responsive. Promise. Get back away from me. There. Now, there are 4 main ingredients to getting a well-balanced horse: leadership, exercise, affection, and discipline. If I have to do discipline on the horse, which is what that was right there, immediately I'm going to give her affection once she does something right. The best affection you can give your horse is leaving them alone. So all I do, just drop the lead rope here. Now if she loses her attention, I get it back by doing another promise again. Okay? Walk on. So that was 1 time. Told you the first time wasn't going to look too pretty. Second time, threaten. I want a little bit better, but that was good. That was better. She did stop, but if I threaten that heavily, I want her to really kind of step back at least. This isn't about making her run backwards or really back up quickly. This is about just the feeling that I get of the horse wanting to back away from me. That feeling that she's trying for me. Okay, so don't really do it on how many steps they back up. It's just if you feel when you threaten, like there, I threatened just a little bit more. I want her to back, not side pass. Not side pass, thank you. Want her to back away from me, like that. That was better. Now what you should start to notice as I lead on, the head will start to come down a little bit more. The body starts to soften, the eyes start to soften. She doesn't look as crazy as when we first started. As we were setting up the camera, and we just put her in here, she about half jumped out. I said, if it goes to show, when we try to get the camera set up fast enough to get the good part of the show, it never happens. So we couldn't get that on film. But she's really already coming along pretty nicely in just a short time. This is really only about 30 minutes in. Threaten. Oh, that was beautiful. Good girl. We're only about 30 minutes in, and we're going to probably take our first break, and then we're probably going to go ahead and work with her again. But I will be filming most of everything, and I will tell you all exactly how far along we are in training. So this is about 30 minutes in. I think she's doing a good job. Again, short, multiple sessions really trains a horse well. If you do for a very long time, you're going to just start to wear on them, and they're going to start getting moody, have attitude, and so forth. So you want to keep them fresh, keep them trying, keep them listening. So short, multiple sessions are going to do it for you. So until next time, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you right here next week.